Hey YouTube, I'm back again with another short video in regards to Noah, the ark, and his three sons. I will be reading from the first book of Enoch, chapter 89, and I will be reading all the verses contained in that chapter. And we're going to take a look at the deluge that happened during Noah's time, but it's written in parables. And I'm going to break it down for you guys. And with that being said, let's read. Chapter 89, first book of Enoch, verse 1, it says, And one of those four, now this is talking about one of the four angels that stand near the throne of God. And if you go back a chapter, you'll kind of realize that this is indeed true. But you guys could do that on your own time. So it says that one of those four angels went to that white bull. This white bull happens to be none other than Noah. Here it's describing him as being a white bull. Why? Because it is describing the color of his complexion. He was indeed the first white man in the Adamic line. He looked like one of the angels from heaven. And that's for another time. But just so that you can understand the reason it's describing him as white, it is because he was. So remember, these are parables. And I'll back up what I'm telling you guys here in another video. But for now, let's just focus on Noah's three sons. But before that, let's continue reading and see what it says. So again, one of those four angels went to that white bull, who happens to be Noah, and instructed him in secret without him being terrified. He was born a bull and became a man, and built for himself a great vessel. Now this great vessel is the ark that Noah built for himself, his wife, his three sons, and their wives. And they dwelt thereon. And three bulls dwelt with him in that vessel, and they were covered in. And these three bulls are none other than Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Verse 2, And again I raised mine eyes towards heaven, and saw a lofty roof, with 7 water torrents thereon. And those torrents flowed with much water into an enclosure. Verse 3, And I saw again, and behold, fountains were opened on the surface of that great enclosure. And that water began to swell and rise upon the surface. And I saw that enclosure till all its surface was covered with water. Verse 4, And the water, the darkness, and mist increased upon it. And as I looked at the height of that water had risen above the height of that enclosure, and was streaming over that enclosure, and it stood upon the earth. This is describing the deluge, the flood. Verse 5, to continue reading. And all the cattle of that enclosure were gathered together until I saw how they sank and were swallowed up and perished in that water. Verse 6, it says, But that vessel, the ark, floated on the water, while all the oxen and elephants and camels and asses sank to the bottom with all the animals, so that I could no longer see them, and they were not able to escape, but perished and sank into the depths. Verse 7, And again I saw in the vision till those water torrents were removed from that high roof, and the chasms of the earth were leveled up, and other abysses were opened. Verse 8, it says, Then the water began to run down into these, till the earth became visible. But that vessel, the ark, settled on the earth, and the darkness retired, and light appeared. Verse 9, But that white bull, who is Noah, which had become a man, came out of that vessel. That vessel is his ark, that he built for himself, his wife, his son's wife, and the animals, and the 3 bulls with him. Those 3 bulls again are his 3 sons. And here it's going to describe the complexion of each one of those three. And one of those three was white like that bull. So here we have Japheth, who is being described as looking like his dad Noah. Here it says one of those three bulls was white like that bull. And this would be Japheth. Here it says one of them was red as blood. This red one here is none other than Shem. And it says that there was also one of color black. This would obviously be none other than Ham. And it says that that white bull departed from them. So again, here it says that that white bull, who happens to be Noah, had become a man. He came out of his ark and his three sons with him. And one of those three sons was white like him, and one was red as blood, and one was black. So here you have the white bull, who is Japheth. Now I'm talking about the three sons here. And one was red as blood. This is Shem. And one was black as Ham. So we're going to focus on the red one, the colored blood one, Shem, because here it's clearly giving us a distinction. There's three separate races. There's not the red bull, Shem, is not another type of Ham. No. You have one Ham who happens to be the black bull, and Shem is a separate race. They are the red people, and we're going to take a look at those people in my next video. But for now, I don't want to make it too long, so I want to stop here. And now that we decoded these passages in the first book of Enoch, chapter 89, we're going to take a closer look at who is this red bull. Because we know that the black one is Ham, the forefather of the dark races. And we're going to see who is the forefather of the red race, because they're not one and the same. Shem, the red bull, is not a different type of Ham. No, you have Ham, and you have Shem, and you have Japheth. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.